Welcome back. For the first time in a long time, I'm feeling pretty good.
For the first time in a long time, I'm not feeling too great. We have lost, first game in like 10 games, I think. First loss in about 10.
Yeah.
No panic stations or anything like that.
Of course not Liverpool status.
No. But at the same time, you can see some of our weaknesses in this performance. A midfield three of Reinders, Bernardo, and Foden, I believe it was, in the midfield.
Reinders
in the holding midfield role. Our press was a little weird overall. But Villa played well. They do their thing. They have had a rocky start.
Yeah.
They haven't really, I thought they would be like a top four, fighting right there, top 4 or 5 team.
Yeah, 100%.
The start has kind of been whatever. So. But this performance, they deserve the win. I mean, I think we could have done better, but they deserved it.
I think the real key word, if you were to just boil down that City game versus Villa into one word, discombobulated. I think that there was a lot of discohesion from the defense to midfield to attack. A lot of times and in previous years past, we've seen those players like Fernandinho years ago, even Rodri, they have the quick turn to get it forward. And Reinders should have that. To me, he's a much more attacking midfielder flavor than a defensive midfielder. But
they can throw the balance off though.
But that is true. I mean, he didn't have, like an abysmal game or anything. He didn't have errors leading to goal. But he just wasn't what they needed there. And
that's not his spot. It's like it's not just like we can't blame it on Reinders.
It's not all on him. I mean, he should have been in that position anyway.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pep. It's a little bit of the system. It's a little bit of the way that we played. It just wasn't really suited to the players we had out there for what they needed to be doing. And it was just like Trevin said, it was just kind of discombobulated. It was a little bit of a disconnect. And in these big games, and a team like Villa, they took advantage. They had a good game themselves, so that helped a lot. I want more from our attack, a little bit more, I'll be honest. I want to see a little bit more from the wingers. Again, it's not really a single player that I can really point it out. I just want a little bit better of a collective performance in our next game against Swansea. It's Swansea, we should be winning.
Yeah.
But 1 loss in 10, nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. United, another week, another win. It's just the greatest feeling in the world. We have won 3 games in a row, and some of our fans are saying 21 is coming. I mean, I'm not going to confirm or deny whether that fan is me or somebody else or whoever, but what I will say is...
Did you say 21 is coming, bitch?
What I will say, however, is, though, United look like a new team. I don't know what has flipped in the coach's head, the players' heads. It's just... the environment, has something changed there? It's just a lot of things have changed since the game against Chelsea. I mean, if you look back and we kind of rewind the clock a little bit, if he would have lost against Chelsea, he'd probably get sacked.
Yeah.
And that's not hyperbole. That is realism. That is what really probably would have happened.
If he lost to Liverpool, you could almost say...
If it was another,
if they got thumped by Liverpool.
4-0, or, God forbid, I don't even like to speak about it, 7-0, that's the type of thing that loses people jobs. Yeah. And we saw a United team follow up a Liverpool performance that we haven't seen under Amorim. And I would even argue under Ten Hag, because with both managers, we would have these very high highs where, yes, we would beat a City, we would beat Liverpool, but then the next game against Brighton, against Brentford, Crystal Palace, we would lose. We would drop points. And that's not what we did this time. 3 points was the most essential thing, and we got it. And not only was it 3 points, it was another dominant performance for 2/3 of the game. I mean, yes, everything gets a little bit shaky there the last 30 minutes. After the subs come on and things get a little bit tense, Brighton got 2 back, and I'm not going to lie, a little worried. I was a little worried. But Mbeumo gets the 3rd for his 2nd, and it was just, everything that I could have asked for as a fan. Exactly what we needed. We stepped up. After Liverpool, we showed that this wasn't a one-off thing. That, yeah, we have 3 wins in a row. Can we get a 4th and then potentially a 5th so that motherfucker can finally cut his hair, because I am tired of seeing him every time we lose, because it's like, oh, it's over. But I have this feeling inside me that we're going to win against Nottingham Forest. The the energy will be at an all-time high. The fans will be hopeful. It'll be carried, even further than it has been. We're getting a little diluted, kind of like Arsenal fans, but if we get to that 5th game against Tottenham and we draw, I know he's going to be livid. He's going to be livid.
United, I got to say, I think how you could say a little bit about Haaland, Haaland is Man City's pretty dependent on Haaland. Every time I look at Man United and when they're doing well, it's Brian Mbeumo. That guy coming into the team, he scores, assists. I mean, there's probably other players, that you could point out with good performances and contributions to this little winning run that they're having, this 3 wins. But Brian Mbeumo and the attack, they actually have a fluid attack now, Man United. Still some question marks to the defense. You see the 2 late goals they let up. Some questionable tactical decisions, you could say, as well. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the main thing is they're getting wins, right? And so we can sit here and critique Amarin and be like, oh, well, we could see this should be better. Or maybe Mainu should be in here, or this guy, or whatever. But if he's getting wins, it makes it a lot easier to do that without it makes it a lot easier to critique and not feel so like being too harsh, and feel like you can little things here and there to get better. But it's like the good vibes at United is what gets those wins, 3 wins in a row. So the goalie coming in, new signings, we're starting to see it come to fruition. The beginning of the season again wasn't really what United fans hoped for, but it's starting to come together. We're starting to see a little bit of the cohesive unit. It's 3 wins in a row. I think they should beat Brighton. Some people could say Brighton. They got thumped by Brighton.
Beat us 3 times in a row. I mean, that's not an easy fixture by any means, especially for United. They're the Spurs for City. For whatever reason, the last 3 times we've lost, and we've not just lost, we've gotten thumped
by
we got
Brighton.
Ran off the pitch multiple games, and it was just really good to see all of these, like Tanner said, all these new signings coming in. Senan Lemons, you've changed my life, brother. Thank you so much.
It doesn't even seem like he has had to do too much, but at the same time, it's a mental thing. Football is it's 50% about how good you are, 50% how you are up here, bro.
60% mental.
Right, for real. So, exactly. Honestly, though, that's really what it is. So him being back there, defense playing a little bit better, more cohesive, as you want from that back 5, back
especially
3, whatever
than last
you call
year.
it.
Like if you think back to last year, they were so
all
bad.
Over the fucking
we were so
place.
bad,
all over the place. Honestly, I mean, De Ligt doing well, Euro doing well, Maguire, Luke Shaw at left center back doing okay. I mean,
it's a World Cup year. I remember why. I was thinking to myself, why is he so good right now?
It's a World Cup year. Luke Shaw has to turn up.
It's a World Cup year, and that's
there's
the only
still
time.
United players still to come back from injury too. So I mean, Martinez,
Yeah.
the butcher. We're still yet to see him in this back
He
three
hasn't
to see
played
how
in like
he
almost
can work.
a year, it seems. And
It feels like it's been a long time. I mean, United right now it's good. I'm gonna be a bit of a half glass empty here, though.
Yeah.
You know, when United do end up losing or drawing, or maybe not even
Which
losing.
will happen. I mean, we will lose again.
But having a maybe not so good performance again, how do you bounce back from that?
Right.
Because, you know, the losses do happen. City, we lost against Villa. But I'm so confident that it's just a one-off, and we're going to go on a 4 or 5 game win streak. I feel that way. Can United do that when that loss does come? When the loss or draw, even when the loss or draw or bad performance comes, can they, okay, let's get back onto it.
Yeah.
That's part of the manager's job. It's part of the captain's job, players overall. But, you know, a 4-2 win at Brighton, it helps a lot. It helps so many different aspects.
Yeah. A lot of good things moving in the right direction for us. Like Tanner said, they got Swansea next. We've got Nottingham Forest next.
Yeah.
Forest are an up and down team just like United. You know, they could come in and they could play just like they did last year and be fantastic. Or they could play like they have a lot of this year and be absolutely dreadful.
Are United already out of the cup? That we're playing Swansea in the cup.
We're out of the. I'm sorry, the Carabao Cup.
We're playing Swansea. Yeah. I think tomorrow. Again, like I said, we should be winning. I think we will. United against Forest is going to be a interesting one.
We'll see which Forest shows up.